Good morning everybody from Seoul Incheon International Airport's Terminal 1. My name is Hugo and today I'm going to be taking a flight aboard South Korea's first hybrid airline, which is relatively new, Air Premia, from here in Seoul over to Hong Kong. We're flying in economy class today, so without further ado, let's head inside, find check-in and see what it's like. I took the free airport shuttle from the Grand Hyatt to get to the airport. It's very humid and cloudy this morning. Check-in for Air Premia today was at Section H. Most of the kiosks seem not to be working, actually maybe all of them, so I have to go to the check-in desk via the line. Upgrade prices were at the desk. It's normally 120,000 Korean won, but there's a special on at the moment for this route and so it's 80,000 for an upgrade. As well as economy, Air Premia also has wide premium, which is like premium economy. The flight's almost full apparently. The check-in staff were friendly, the line didn't take ages, and we just had to wait 5 minutes for baggage. Security and immigration on this occasion was pretty quick. I did do the smart pass thing, but I don't know that I was in the right line for that or that it did anything. Anyway, it only took about 5 or so minutes. Airside, there's a food court area and there is some cafes and coffee shops and stuff away from there, but I don't find there to be heaps of food and beverage shops. There's lots of other shops though, including lots of designer brands. There's my ride to Hong Kong. Hotel Lima 8702 is a 2016 built Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner, which was delivered new to Norwegian, but Norwegian cut its long-haul arm during COVID, so it was stored for a while before eventually being leased to Korean Air in 2025, which then leased it again to Air Premia. Air Premia currently operates an all-Boeing 787-9 fleet with 8 of the type. 3 of them were delivered new and the remaining are ex-Norwegian aircraft, with the latest 3 being leased from Korean Air and I think they're going to get another one from Korean Air as well. Air Premia was founded in 2017 by an ex-Jeju Air CEO. In 2019 it announced that it would launch in 2020 with Boeing 787-9s. The idea of Air Premia is to fill a gap in the market by offering reasonable airfares with high quality service on long-haul flights, with Air Premia calling itself a hybrid service carrier. For obvious reasons there were challenges with launching in 2020, so Air Premia didn't launch until 2021 when it started flying the trunk route between Seoul and Jeju. This was just a temporary route though, and at the end of 2021 Air Premia began flying to Southeast Asia and had ceased operations to Jeju. Then in 2022 began scheduled long-haul flights with flights to Los Angeles. Air Premia now has 8 787-9s with one more due to join the fleet soon, and flies to multiple destinations in the United States and Asia. It did fly to Frankfurt briefly but doesn't fly to Europe at the moment. The route to Hong Kong was just launched in January of this year. Boarding started about on time. There were lanes for economy, premium and smart pass. I didn't realise smart pass had its own lane until halfway down the economy line, but once I did that worked well. Welcome on board one of Air Premia's Boeing 787-9s, with this one featuring 35 HKG 3050 recliner seats in premium economy or wide premium class in a 232 configuration. This is followed by 309 HKG 3500 seats in a 333 configuration in economy class. I believe these seats are the same that Norwegian used, they've just been reupholstered. I believe the Air Premia's latest 3 Dreamliners feature this configuration, and the next one will as well, at least initially. My seat for this flight will be 33A. Each economy seat features a headrest adjustable both vertically and on the sides, and also standard recline. Now let's take a look at the rest of the seat features. Now legroom on this aircraft I believe is 31 inches, and that's what it felt like. Air Premia advertises 33 inches, which I believe that is the seat pitch on the other 5 aircraft with a different configuration. We'll get back to this later. There's a standard seat back pocket containing some literature. There's also a standard tray table which can be adjusted back and forth, but you can't fold it. I don't know if that's meant to double as a coat hook, or I'm not really sure what that's for. There is an in-flight entertainment screen which isn't adjustable and it's a standard size but not particularly big. But on the bottom of it you'll find an audio port and a USB-A outlet. The overhead panels do feature individual adjustable air vents. Unless the tray table latch doubles as a coat hook, there's no coat hooks. Now that most people are on board, the crew are handing out headphones. There's a universal power socket. Here's a look at Air Premia's Sky Shop magazine. I thought there might be a buy on board menu in there, but I don't think there is.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Captain Lee. Welcome on board the Air Premia. The flight to Hong Kong Airport will take 3 hours. Thank you for flying with us and enjoy your flight.
This is Air Premia flight 801 from Hong Kong. Our flight time today will be 3 hours.
It's now time for pushback, about 7 minutes behind schedule. By the way, if you're enjoying this video so far and you'd like to see more like it, please consider liking and subscribing. It would really help me and the channel out so much and would be very much appreciated. It will help by telling the algorithm that you like this video, helping to show it to more people. But if you don't want to, that's completely okay. The rain has really picked up now.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your first waiting. Our takeoff is delayed due to traffic congestion at the airport. We expect to depart about 6 minutes. Thank you for your understanding. 다시 한번 확인해 주시기 바랍니다. 고맙습니다. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be taking us soon. Please make sure that your seatbelt is fastened. Thank you.
It's now time for a very rainy takeoff. That rain was kind of insane. That's the most I've experienced on takeoff. Let's take a quick look at the in-flight entertainment screen before the service. It has a limited selection of Korean movies and TV shows, but I don't know that there are any in English. On the entertainment screen there's also shopping, which includes buy on board. There's also the My Flight stuff, which includes the timeline, which is cool. And there's also a good in-flight map. The system that Air Premia uses is quite smooth, and the screen is responsive despite the hardware not being particularly modern. There's also some controls on here. Once at cruise, the windows were automatically dimmed but not locked. It's now time for the in-flight service about 45 minutes after takeoff. The service consisted of half a cup of water or coffee. To go with coffee, creamer and sugar was available as well. I just went with the water though. And also something to help me with my finances. The financier wasn't anything special, but still good. I do believe Air Premia offers complimentary meals on flights longer than 4 hours. This lavatory I visited at the rear was very clean. It didn't really have any additional amenities unless you count the cups. It was a standard size.
We are about 40 minutes away from Hong Kong Airport. Once again, thank you for being with Air Premia, and we hope to see you on your next trip.
As we descend into Hong Kong, please allow me to conclude this experience with Air Premia. Check-in in Seoul wasn't perfect, with the kiosks not working. That's probably more a Seoul airport thing though, rather than Air Premia. But we were still able to get checked in via a desk. Boarding was good, I guess. Once I realised the Smart Pass thing, that was great. Boarding was completed on time, and I believe they started pretty much on time too. Once on board, the cabin doesn't look particularly modern, but it's pretty clean and the seats are comfy and still good for a hybrid carrier. Especially for the price, it's fantastic. It would be cool to see them refurbish these planes with their own cabin, which looks amazing from what I've seen. I'd like to try it at some point. They seem to more often than not use this configuration for Hong Kong flights. They seem to like advertising their legroom and stuff on their website though, and the legroom they're advertising just isn't on this aircraft. I feel like they could make it clearer that that's not on all aircraft. They said the Wi-Fi started working after takeoff, but I can't see any Wi-Fi network for Air Premia. The in-flight entertainment screen, while not big on this configuration, has a great software, though the selection is very limited, but it's still nice to have the in-flight entertainment screen and it's free. The in-flight service was fine for a hybrid carrier, but didn't impress. It would have been nice if the cups were more than half full, and if they had tea of some sort, but it was still fine. The financier was nice. The cabin crew have been friendly enough and efficient. So overall, Air Premia seems amazing value, with this flight being the cheapest option at I think it was $80 Australian or something, which was less than Hong Kong Express without baggage. For that price, this has been excellent. With their own cabin too, and the cheap fares they offer in wide premium, I think they're a great value option. and it serves its purpose well. My main issue with this flight is just the whole advertising of 33 inches of legroom, and to a certain extent also the seat and stuff, which just isn't on this plane. So I think it's important to keep that in mind, especially on routes like this where it's pretty common to get one of these aircraft. I would fly with Air Premia again, assuming it's not more expensive than a full service carrier somehow. We'll soon pull into the gate about 9 minutes early, but for now please enjoy the rest of the approach and landing on Hong Kong International Airport's runway 07 left.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have landed at Hong Kong International Airport. For your safety, please remain seated until the seatbelt sign has been turned on. Thank you for choosing Air Premia, and we hope to see you again soon.
I'd like to take this time now to thank you all so much for watching this video. I'd also like to thank all of my incredible Patreons for helping to make these videos possible. Their support is truly so much appreciated, and I couldn't do what I do without them, so thank you so much to them. Once again, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you in my next one next Saturday at 5 PM Melbourne time.
Have a great day.
Thank you, goodbye.
Stand by.